Hi, my name is Debbie Merkel. I'm a Kelowna artist, and I'd like to thank the Process Art audience for watching today. I have a friend with me today who's going to be launching her own YouTube channel, Michelle Wiebe. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So, Michelle, let's talk about your art journey. When did you first start to do art?
Well, I'd have to say, like, the farthest back that I can really say when I really knew that I liked it and I wanted to do it was grade 9. And I had an art teacher who, I don't know, he just really fueled something. And that was the first time I was like, I really enjoy this.
So did you drawing or painting?
Yeah, started out with drawings. It was
Okay.
kind of like more still lifes and with charcoals and just pencils. And yeah, I was always drawn to nature. Like, nature just spoke. So it definitely started with that. And then after that, it was kind of like just more, kind of like smaller projects, never really outwardly, more just kind of doodling and lots of sketching and, always kind of often a little bit of a fantasy, kind of like not here, but not sure where. So yeah, and that just kind of took into some coloring and some painting. And then there was just kind of a pause for a while. There was just nothing. And then it was about, oh goodness, early 2000s.
That long?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a big...
Wow, you didn't do anything in between.
No, healthcare. Yeah, went to the working world and all that just kind of, did a move and all that stuff just got kind of packed up. And yeah, so then it was being out in Vancouver and I had an opportunity to start painting again. And it was oils and it was tigers. There was just this tigers. I don't know, there was a whole thing and I just had a whole crazy... So then
was it representational or was it realism?
Oh, definitely representational.
Okay.
Yeah, very. Well, I guess, yes and no, because like some of my first ones were, I'd kind of maybe say a little more interpretational just because of learning and never really having a lot of structured learning, just kind of like a taste and then kind of like, okay, where do I go from here? And then just really wanted to see like, what can I do? Like, how do people do this? And no concept of color, no concept of like layering colors or anything. It was just like, I want this outcome. So lots of nights in the basement, just with a little light, kind of trying to figure it out. So
did you teach yourself oils then, or had you done that in school?
No.
Oh my.
Yeah. Just started collecting stuff and just, had this desire. And I really can't say anything more than this pushing desire that I needed to create these things. It just came out. So a lot of family got gifts and stuff at that point in lives because,
Tigers.
Yeah, lots of tigers. And they're still kicking around in the family members' home. So they're still a pride. They're still a piece of joy. I had an opportunity to do a little art show down in a little bistro in Vancouver. And that was in, I'd say, 2005, 2006. So then that was pretty exciting. Nothing really came of it, but it was just that feeling of having your stuff in a place. And it didn't even really matter at that time what place. It was somewhere, right?
Yeah. You have to start somewhere.
Yeah. And so just to see it up and to have all the little tags and just the potential of what if. And again, that was a mixture of kind of like inks really hadn't hit at that point. It was kind of still kind of playing with lots of other mediums and still mixing and mingling. But the inks were a little bit down the road yet.
Well, and it's interesting too because I know I quit painting for 6 years.
Right.
But during that time, like I never thought I'd paint again. But during that time, I was always looking for something creative to do because it's like it's missing.
Yeah.
Like you just...
Soul food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And when I don't now, like when I have lulls where I can't, find the time to sit down and do it, I don't feel balanced. I feel like something's missing. And to this day, like if I'm not doing it, there's something more I need and I've got to go get a creative idea out. And so now, like I really have found like all the journeys and it's so cool when you get to make a piece, when all those other pieces get to come into it. And it's like all of a sudden, and so all this, it's like a little collective of all the things you've acquired in the way of experiences in art. And so those are really cool pieces when you get to kind of mix it all into one. Yeah. And they give a good vibe, and that's the thing too, is it's not limiting. It's totally, there's no limits to it.
Well, I'm excited for you to start your YouTube channel. Too. I'm really excited because I think this is going to be your thing.
Yeah, I feel it's time, and I feel like, you know, to have that creative outlet for people, it's needed in this day and age too. I think people need to have some little piece of something they can have a little joy with, even if it's just for a few minutes or an hour a day or a week, you know, but just to have that.
How did we live without YouTube is what I want to know. Because even I was teaching myself how to paint flowers. Well, where do I go?
Okay.
YouTube.
Yeah. And my mom would always say to me, "Oh dear, I could never." And I'm like, "Hey, if I can teach me, you can teach you." And she did exactly what you said. And by the time, you know, she finished her art journey and crossed over, I've got magic all over my place from her journey.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So it just shows it's in us all. It's just whether it's talking loud enough that it has to become something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's been a fun ride, and I wouldn't have changed anything because it's all led me to the now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be wonderful.
Thank you.
If you like what you saw today, please subscribe to the channel.